Well, good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4 on this, inferno of a Monday?
Inferno of a Monday is true.
It's like walking into a crock pot of hot soup.
We're getting started, right? It's the slow ramp up. It'll hit you, though, really fast. All right, well, topping our headlines today, we are preparing for the heat that is coming later this week. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart is tracking those incoming rising temperatures.
Tropical Storm Hillary has left its mark on Southern California. I'm Jason Allen in Cathedral City, California, with the latest on the cleanup and recovery effort.
And families across the area rejoice. The Kids in the Rotunda has announced the dates it's returning. And we've got your back this week. Team coverage for you here on News 3 Now.
Meteorologist Greg Barnhart is here on the weather patio, and Jalen Banks is at Mansfield Stadium near Madison Memorial High School. But first, today's weather words. Oh, embrace this one.
Dangerous heat ahead. If you can be near the water, good.
Right.
Inside in a cool place.
Under the tree for some shade. This is some serious stuff. And let's go straight to meteorologist Greg Barnhart out in the weather patio with more. Hi, Greg.
Hello. Yeah, it's going to be dangerous. At least today, so far, we're not going to be anything too significant, but we do have those alert days in the forecast through Tuesday, and especially Wednesday and Thursday, where it could be the hottest probably 2 days of the week. Temperatures could top the century mark in areas, and we could see heat indexes, especially on Wednesday, top 110. So that's why we do have an alert day. But right now, we have an excessive heat warning for areas to the west. That goes into effect. Excuse me, that's a warning and going into effect till tomorrow. The areas to the east of Dane County are a watch through Wednesday through Thursday. We also have heat advisories out for tomorrow. That means not quite as hot, but still we could see heat indexes topping 100 in the afternoon hour. In fact, we might see a big temperature difference between Madison and Milwaukee. Overall, it's a big ridge. You can see all the activity up and around, passing over to the north. Up to the north, we can see some cloud cover still overhead, and that's kept our temperatures a little bit down, but that eventually that ridge will win out. Overall temperatures right now, you can see generally not too bad. Low to mid 80s across most of the area. When compared to with the heat index, we're still sitting in kind of in that range. Overall, that's probably a pretty decent change from yesterday where we were a little bit warmer, but that'll be reversing. Otherwise tonight, it's just going to be still mild, not too hot yet, and the humidity levels won't be too bad. As we go later on, we're going to break down how hot we'll get, if we'll see any records, and what the next weekend looks like. Well, like I said, we'll see cooler temperatures by this weekend, so that's something to look forward to. I'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, so as Greg just told you, the heat is really expected to intensify the next couple of days, with Wednesday and Thursday being the worst.
And here to show us how Madison Memorial High School is fighting the heat, reporter Jalen Banks joins us, and he's joined by Memorial High School Athletic Director Jeremy Schlitz. Jalen?
All right, so as Greg had just mentioned, over the next few days, we're going to see some pretty intensified heat. But luckily here at Mansfield Stadium, home of the Regents and the Spartans, we're with Athletic Director Jeremy Schlitz. So last time I was here, we had spoke about you guys' new filling here at the turf field. It's different than normal. It's not the typical black pellets that most people are used to seeing. Could you just kind of detail us what you guys have done here to help combat the heat with you guys' new filling and what it's called exactly?
Yeah, we're using Brockfill, which is an engineered wood product. Some of the really key things about it, especially specific to this, is its cooling factor is about 20 to 30 degrees cooler than you're used to in those traditional infills, which is especially helpful in these hot days that we're going to kind of see coming here soon.
So I'm going to let you guys get a look at the Brockfill. It's not the typical black pellets that you would see on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday during a football game, but this is the filling here. It's, as he said, a wood-based engineered filling here for the field. What's the feedback that you've gotten from the different sports throughout the summer that use the field in terms of it being cooler than what it would typically be with rubber black pellets?
Yeah, I think it was noticed actually more probably by the construction crew. We've only been on it for about a week, but they noticed, and I think we can even notice today. Normally it feels like you're feeling heat come off the ground. Today we're definitely not feeling that. It's feeling just like you would if we were walking out in a grass or shaded area, at least as I stand on it right now. And I think that's been really effective. I think the other thing they felt like it felt a little bit more natural in terms of its impact and stability, as they used it last week.
All right, well, sounds good. And I can certainly attest that standing out on the field with the sun right over us is definitely making it a lot cooler. Reported for News 3 Now at Mansfield Stadium. Jalen Banks, back to you guys.
Thank you, Jalen. And we've talked about this before, but the temperature inside of a closed car in the sun can be greatly different than the air on the outside. We're going to use an example where the temperature is 95 degrees Fahrenheit. After 10 minutes, the temperature inside of the car is 114 degrees. And 124 degrees after 20 minutes. After just 30 minutes, the temperature is 129 degrees. 1 hour after the car is left alone, the temperature reaches 138 degrees.
As the heat ramps up this week, the following buildings will be available as cooling centers. In Beloit, the Public Library and the Transit Transfer Center are open. In Middleton, the City Hall, Senior Center, Public Library, they're open from 9 to 4. Middleton Fire Department and Police Department are both open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Verona also has locations open during the day.
Police in Fitchburg are investigating a Saturday afternoon murder-suicide that left a man and a woman dead. The Fitchburg Police Department said its officers responded to a welfare check call at about 3 p.m. on Saturday at a home on Rimrock Road. When officers got to the scene, they found a 39-year-old woman and a 38-year-old man who police said had a relationship and lived together at the home, dead from apparent gunshot wounds. Autopsies showed the woman died from multiple gunshot wounds and the man died from shooting himself. In just 2 days, Milwaukee will host the first Republican presidential primary debate of the 2024 election cycle.
Political reporter Will Keneally is there as part of our continuing coverage this week and has a breakdown of what to expect.
In just 2 days here, the Fiserv Forum, which usually hosts the Milwaukee Bucks, will become a political arena of its own, with many of the Republican presidential candidates hoping to outshine the rest of the field and become a clear second. The frontrunner, Donald Trump, is skipping this week's debate. Now, you'll hear a lot of rhetoric from the debate stage here, but how do you sift through it all?
So I think every voter needs to have that set of priorities, right? It's like, what issues matter most to you as a voter? And then which candidate has the most compelling record and vision on those issues?
Political scientist Anthony Chergosky says to create a list of those issues that matter most to you. For some, that may be the economy, social issues for others, and take a look at the candidates' records. But how do you evaluate those candidates' records? Coming up at 5, we'll have all the information that you need to know, including hearing from a former governor who once was on that debate stage. Reporting from Milwaukee, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Thanks, Will. Today, the Madison Metropolitan School District had Staff Orientation Day as it added 250 new members to the team. New teachers were busy this morning getting their computers, completing paperwork, and getting their badges. Now, some are brand new to the profession, and some are veteran educators looking to continue their career with MMSD.
We have told them this morning that teaching is the most important profession, and it is also one of the hardest. So our teachers know that they are in this for the long haul, and they're in it because they matter more than anybody else in these kids' school experience right now.
This afternoon, the teachers had the opportunity to go to their new schools to meet with the principals and have orientation there.
President Biden and the First Lady are set to visit Maui today to get a firsthand look at that massive destruction caused by the wildfires. At least 114 people have been confirmed dead. Flames engulfed the historic town of Lahaina almost 2 weeks ago, killing over 100 people, including Luz Vargas's son. The 14-year-old was home alone when the fire started. The Maui County mayor now says 850 people are officially listed as missing. He's thanking the FBI and local police for locating more than 1,200 individuals.
We are both saddened and relieved about these numbers as we continue the recovery process.
While the work here goes forward, frustration is mounting about what some view as the slow and inefficient federal response. The Biden administration says it plans to continue to bring in resources to support the needs of the people and be there for Maui as long as it takes. President Biden is expected to appoint FEMA Region 9 Administrator Bob Fenton as the Chief Federal Response Coordinator to oversee the federal recovery effort in Hawaii. Los Angeles residents dodged a bullet, waking up to only minimal damage after Tropical Storm Hillary hammered at the region Sunday.
Yeah, but other parts of Southern California have big messes to clean up after the first tropical storm to hit the West Coast in more than 8 decades brought record rainfall and then lashing winds.
Jason Allen has more from Palm Springs, California.
Cleanup across Southern California is underway in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Hillary. One family escaped injury after this huge tree just missed falling on their home near Los Angeles.
I thank God because all my family is safe.
Many in usually drought-stricken Palm Springs found they have temporary lakefront property. A river of mud shut down this section of Interstate 10 near Palm Springs. Many drivers spent the night in their vehicles. While people assess the damage that was left behind here in Cathedral City, the National Guard is here to help people who need rescuing still because some of the roads into these neighborhoods are still impassable. Heavy rain flooded this mobile home park, leaving damage in at least 60 homes.
The water was rushing and it was deep and all the rocks, you're just very unstable.
This flood, this was all water, like a lake, all through here, the backyards, the side yards. But it happens so seldom, I like the people and I like living here, but it makes you wonder if maybe I'm living in the right place.
Hillary also hit parts of Nevada. Water gushed through this casino parking lot in Las Vegas. And in Yuma, Arizona, trees and power lines are down from the storm's 60-mile-an-hour winds.
It's an 89-year-old circumstance, right? I mean, we're not going to live to see the next one.
For others, the aftermath of the rare storm brought some novel fun, an opportunity to boogie board in a desert town. Jason Allen, CBS News, Palm Springs, California.
A 5.1 earthquake rattled Southern California during the storm on Sunday.
It was centered near Ojai, north of Los Angeles, but caused no significant damage. And seismologists say the quake was not related to the storm.
Well, the free Kids in the Rotunda performance series will return to the Overture Center's Rotunda stage in October. The Overture Center announced the lineup for the 2023-24 season today, featuring 30 Saturday performances and then 2 special holiday performances. Each 45-minute performance will have 3 showings at 9:30 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m.
So we'll have storytelling, we have drumline, we have hip hop, we have new this year, Canopy Dance is doing a Garba presentation as well. So there's really just a lot of different opportunities to try new things, see familiar favorites, and just be together through the arts.
You can find more information about Kids in the Rotunda on the Overture Center's website or by visiting channel3000.com.
Capital Canines held its biggest fundraiser today since before the COVID pandemic. The nonprofit hosted its first golf outing at Lake Windsor Country Club. Capital Canines supports the expansion and maintenance of the Madison Police Canine Unit. We got to meet Canine Carl on News 3 Now this morning. Canine Carl is the eldest of the 8 canines on the Madison Police Canine Unit. Officer Dan Whipperfirth says the canines wouldn't be able to do what they do every day without the support of the community.
This entire event's to sponsor our dogs through Capital Canines. Capital Canines pays for the dogs, the food, the vet care, equipment for them, the car we drive around in every day. And without Capital Canines, we wouldn't be here today.
To learn more about how to support the Capital Canines nonprofit, just go to the story on channel3000.com.
Canine Carl looks busy.
Always busy,
getting to
right?
work early. Well, after serving our country, not every veteran is able to put their years of service behind them and then acclimate into society.
Well, coming up next at 4, we show you a program trying to make sure that veterans stay out of prisons in Virginia.
Get Get 11% off all things outdoors at Menards. From backyard get-togethers to outdoor storage, Shelter Logic has you covered. This fully enclosed carport shelter protects your outdoor toys and equipment from the rain, hail, and harmful UV rays. It's $399.98 after rebate. Upgrade your outdoor living space with concrete landscape blocks from Menards. Crestone retaining wall blocks are perfect for fire pits, planters, or to hold back soil. Now only $133 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Hopefully, your family will never need to hire a personal injury lawyer. But if you ever do, it's important to understand that not all law firms are the same. A lot more is involved than one phone call and a quick settlement. To make things right again, it can take time, and it will take talent. Since 1930, Habish, & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish, & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Dane County Humane Society Bark and Wine. Take one. Hot.
You're invited to Dane County Humane Society's Bark and Wine. What do you think of my bow tie? Why is it always about the dogs?
Maybe it's time for a change?
The dogs have had their day. The cats are taking over.
This year's Bark and Wine will be the Cat's Meow. You're invited to enjoy tasty treats, sip wine, and snuggle with plenty of adorable kittens and puppies. Reserve your place today at giveshelter.org.
We're the Packers Scratch Game crew, bringing back Packers Scratch Games for you. The pack is back. New Scratch Games are here. With 4 season tickets you could win for a year. There's instant cash prizes and other bonus drawing surprises.
Packers Scratch Games are back with instant cash prizes up to $30,000 and a bonus drawing for 4 season tickets for 1 year. Prices range from $1 to $10. Available now at all Wisconsin lottery retailers.
We're not kidding. Somebody will be winning 4 season tickets for a year.
Watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, leave it to Dolly, your good friend, to get what's left of the Beatles back together.
I think she could broker world peace at this point. Well, Dolly Parton has helped reunite the 2 living Beatles for a new rendition of the band's song, Let It Be. I mean, come on. Wow. Paul McCartney sings and plays the piano. Ringo Starr plays the drums, of course. And Parton puts a gravelly blues rock spin on the ballad, which features gentle harmonies from McCartney and a scorching guitar solo from Peter Frampton.
Oh, you're kidding.
I know, what's not to love? The track comes from Dolly's upcoming album, Rockstar, out November 17th, by the way, which features a mix of covers and original songs and features A-list guests, including Elton John, Pink, Miley Cyrus, Sting, Brandy Carlisle, and so many more.
Oh, and you won't be getting that album at all.
I might have a few copies pre-ordered.
Okay. Well, insuring your 4-legged family members can be confusing and really pricey. Consumer Reports surveyed more than 2,000 pet owners and found most aren't happy with insurance, and it's costing them an average of $47 a month or $600 a year. Of the 8 companies they rated, 6 received mid-range overall satisfaction scores and 2 bottomed out with unfavorable ratings. But there are other options out there.
Sock some money away and don't touch it. That's one of the things you can do. But you can also explore maybe a veterinary teaching hospital. There are 33 accredited veterinary teaching hospitals across the country that sometimes offer reduced price of care. Another option we employed at our house was telehealth for pets.
Consumer Reports says pet owners who submitted claims of $1,000 or more usually received about a full reimbursement, getting their money's worth from their plan.
Stocks regained their footing today as the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite broke its 4-day losing streak. The Dow Jones was down 36 points, while the NASDAQ rose 206 after losing more than 2% last week. The S&P 500 gained 30.
The CBS News investigative unit focuses on a Texas courtroom this afternoon to explore a little-known crisis for the military. It's the problem of veterans who break the law. Now, a courtroom in Fort Worth is special. It is home to something called a Veterans Treatment Court.
Well, the judge doesn't put offenders in jail. He runs a program that puts them on a path of rehabilitation. And when it works, it wipes their records clean and provides a new beginning for these veterans. Omar V. Franca shows us how it all works.
Every third Thursday of the month at the Tarrant County Courthouse, Judge Chuck Vanover dedicates his courtroom to a criminal docket of a special class of defendants, military veterans.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. Our military does a great job at war fighting, but sometimes people have a little bit tougher time coming back and adjusting into the civilian world where they don't have the camaraderie, the team, the structure, the discipline. The offensive burglary of a habitation, that is a felony of the 2nd degree.
After they're arrested, most for assaults or DWIs, the veterans are offered a bargain. Plead guilty, and if you sign up with a mentor, stay out of trouble and show up every month.
Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. Judge Vanover puts that guilty plea on hold.
I don't think that anybody who knows me would ever accuse me of being a bleeding heart, but I just have been so impressed with the changes that I've seen people make through this program.
Prosecutor Deanna Franzen served in the Air Force.
There's a lot of alcohol-based offenses, a lot of drug-based offenses, and that has a lot to do with them sometimes acting out on demons that they earned during their time in the military.
You said demons they earned.
The struggles that they have were because they did things for our country that we needed them to do at that time, and that can't be discounted.
A new national commission, chaired by former Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel, reports that 1 in 3 veterans say they've been arrested at least once, and veterans now make up 8% of those in state prisons.
This is the cross rifles. It's the symbol of the infantry.
Infantryman William Meek served as a vehicle commander in Iraq, where roadside bombs were a daily occurrence. Meek survived multiple head injuries.
I remember my head got knocked around, but I was wearing the helmet. And at first I was like, was that an IED?
Adjusting back to civilian life was challenging.
After the war, I was just angry all the time. I was angry about stuff that I had done, that I wasn't in the Army. I was angry that I didn't know what to do.
Meek was arrested for unlawful carry of a weapon and decided to try Judge Vanover's Veterans Court.
Did you look at it as a, hey, this will help me skate through it easier?
Yeah.
And was it easier?
No. Regular probation would have been so much easier.
Will Meek, U.S. Army? Now, Meek spends once a week working in the court where he's seen firsthand how hard the struggle can be.
The very first veteran who ever came and asked me to be his mentor, he took his life back in May. I always tell people, it's like, we all have demons. Everybody in this room has demons. But I also tell people, no one in this room is alone.
The program had such an impact on Meek that the same judge who oversaw his punishment was there to preside over his marriage.
We've graduated over 600 veterans through this program. For our new veterans, welcome to the program.
Administrator Courtney Young told us about how many participants stay out of trouble after the program.
Our recidivism rate is less than 10% at this time.
Compared to general population?
It could be anywhere up to 30 to 40% in the general population.
So that's significantly better.
Yes, sir.
Judge Vanover, who himself serves in the Texas State Guard, requires that the veteran court take a minimum of 10 months. And for veterans who complete the mission, they can walk away with their criminal charge expunged, any trace of it wiped from their record.
Some people might say it seems like special treatment. Do you think this program is special treatment for veterans?
No, I don't, because they only get one bite at the apple. So, if somebody has gone through the program and they get rearrested for something, they don't get a chance to come back.
This is not just do the crime, do the time, and then you move on. I mean, the carrot would be the expulsion from the record.
Right. When they start off, just see, just the kind of the blank stare, but as they go through the program, you start to see that little flicker of light come on in their eyes, the showing of emotion and being happy and looking forward to going on with life.
Two things we noticed in the courtroom. The veterans were all ages, not just in their 20s or 30s, but ones who retired years ago before the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. And when they met in the courtroom, many were looking at their fellow veterans, almost like they were there as part of a platoon to get through the program and hold each other accountable. Omar Villafranca, CBS News.
What an interesting program.
What a perfect program.
Yeah.
Boy, to be able to change people's lives like that.
Yeah, and it's interesting seeing a whole bunch of places do these types of alternatives for people in need.
We need more.
Well, before this weekend, the last time California was hit with a tropical storm was the first month of World War II, September 1939.
Well, that all changed very quickly for the entire Southwest yesterday as Tropical Storm Hillary battered the region. Greg Barnhart will tell us more.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And it's crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get $7,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4Imprint certain? Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4Imprint.com.
4Imprint, for certain.
Take a look at this. It's video of a driver's close call with a suspected small tornado. The video was captured by Randy Williams Tesla as he was driving through severe weather in Rhode Island. Now, a small funnel cloud is seen brushing right past and, according to Williams, even lifted the vehicle off the ground, forcing him into another lane. That's scary.
No, just a little bit.
Yeah, no thanks.
It looks like it just popped up there out of nowhere, too.
It probably was on the ground. It was probably small. It was hard to see, especially when it's rain wrapped like that, so it kind of blends in. But probably an EF0 at the EF1 maybe.
You know.
It's just something.
Just the zero. Or
just,
the
one. Heavier vehicle probably would have stayed in the ground. But we're not going to deal with that. We're going to deal with the heat.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
We've been fortunate all summer, I think, but now we're going to get paid back a little bit for at least a little while.
It's getting real.
Yes. The good news is it's not going to last too long, and by the weekend it'll be totally different.
Just sing it, Greg.
Break it down after the break.
I'm
Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet, like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison.
Let us prove to you that comfort and quality are affordable with a new patio door installed starting at $3,400.
For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
Your dirty vents may be telling you something. Pounds of dirt, dust, and contaminants are trapped in your air ducts. That's why you need a professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. We've been cleaning air ducts the right way for over 25 years. Our NADCA certified technicians and powerful equipment clean your entire system, extracting the dirt into our trucks, removing it from your home completely. For better indoor air quality and improved HVAC efficiency,
call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're going to have some dangerous heat probably for a few days, but it's not going to be long lasting. We should be back to where we should be by Friday, and definitely a different change come this weekend. But once again, we see heat indexes up to or exceeding 110. Possibility for that. Tuesday through Thursday, we could see a few record temperatures too. To give you an idea how the hot temperatures play out here, last time we saw 95 was actually last year in June. Last 100-degree day was back in July. We had actually 3 days and it topped 104 in one of those days back in 2012 around the 4th of July. Records 94. Possible we might set Tuesday, and then 98 both Wednesday and Thursday, and there's some possibilities we could set both of those also on those days. So that's what we're looking at. If you want to look at how unusual it is, we do tend to get, sometimes above 95, 8 hours with the heat index, about 3 hours on average for August to get above. So we'll probably reach that or exceed that. And there isn't even a threat that sometimes we do get 105 on average throughout the years. It's about an hour per August, and there's your seasonal averages. So we're going to hit those probably and may exceed those. But overall, the ridge really is kind of in place, but we still got that northwest flow, and a little bit of these waves comes across, especially tonight, that might invite a shower or thunderstorm well up to the north. That'll dive southward. We have a few more waves come through, and once again, when you're this hot, any of this type of waves coming across can really ignite a shower or thunderstorm. It's just hard to detect them right now. But the big story is once we get past Tuesday, then we're going to see the whole ridge begin to expand. That's when the heat will start setting in, but still you can see some clouds south and north of us once again. So there's a possibility that some areas might see it, but big thing is the dome pretty much is going to be settled overhead. It'll lift north through the area through Wednesday, and then watch the system up to the north, kind of the remnants of Hurricane Hillary or Tropical Storm Hillary as it kind of pushes south. It's going to drag a front through probably sometime in the Thursday to Friday time frame. You see the colors kind of decrease. The winds turn around to the north. That's when the possibility of seeing that front coming and pushing that hot dome basically to the southwest. That's probably when we're going to see cooler temperatures come back, more mild conditions, probably through the weekend. And this pattern kind of sits there as the hot dome really shifts back to the southwest, and we kind of stay in this northwest flow. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now over once we get past Friday. Rainfall, there's still a chance for a spotty shower, thunderstorm, mainly up to the north. This is through Tuesday, through tonight, and then going into Thursday, Friday, once again, there's another chance maybe to get a spotty shower that could drop something. But I think most of the area will remain dry through like the next 10 days. It's not looking that good. For tonight, we're going to see temperatures get back a little bit back into the mid-60s with the cloud cover. Tomorrow, we're going to see then temperatures climb back up fairly. There's showers and thunderstorms that come through to the north and stay to our east, but that might keep the temperatures further east of Madison not as warm. Almost 90 degrees by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, especially far southwest. That's what we're looking at. Heat indexes tomorrow, we'll probably see them start climbing near 100 to the southwest. Notice overnight, some areas don't even get below the mid-80s for a heat index, so that's why it's even a concern. And then as we get to tomorrow, Wednesday, 107 to 110. That's going to be probably the hottest day of the period as we get through there. Overall, if you look at the temperatures, we might hit 100 on Wednesday. There's a possibility of the century mark there. We'll cool off just a little bit by Friday, 85, but then notice the weekend, mid-70s, actually below average a little bit. That's the refreshing change that we're expecting. Unfortunately, if you were looking for rainfall, we're just not seeing it. And so those drought conditions that we thought were improving a little bit, we'll keep an eye and see if that actually goes back the other way, because this pattern is not really conducive to see much noise precipitation.
Okay, so something that usually affects Southern California, I want to go back to this heat, was the summer heat. Now, we've got that there, okay, but now we've got a little extra something with this tropical storm, right?
Well, when you have El Nino, it helps to warm the waters further north. So that is the year to see some of these tropical storms get further north. And usually they kind of recurve to the west because the trough comes down and picks it up and pushes it west. This didn't happen, so it lifted it north. So you'll see on the screen, I think they'll show here in a second, is that it worked its way all the way northward. You can see the track. It'll begin here, and then as we go through, we'll kind of play this out. Cat 4 then actually started cooling off and then continued to push east, but a lot of moisture kept pulling north. So once again, it does get, we've had some close calls in Arizona in several years where something's come right up the Baja and then weakened, but it's been a while since we've had one get that close. There has been some scares in the past, and obviously you had to go back to like 1939 till one actually made landfall that we know of. So that's what the track is right there. And you can see it's lifted moisture all the way up until Montana. As we call it, the ring of fire. Really, you can follow this all the way up to the north of Canada, comes back down, and we're right almost, well, we're not quite in the middle, but that's where the heat is. Pretty much has been in the central part of the U.S., and that's going to expand northward. So rainfall, you see a lot of blank areas. That's because radar coverage is lacking with the terrain. But generally, it's 3 to 4 inches in many areas. Some of the mountains near Riverside, 11 inches. Up where I was in Elko, they had some areas up a quarter to 3/4 of an inch or even 1 inch, which doesn't sound a lot, but given that the daily chance of getting rain is not that much. So here's some impacts. There's your rainfall amounts. Kind of skip through that. There's your winds. We did have winds. Not as bad in some areas, but still, once again, it was more like
50 to 90 miles per hour.
That is in the mountains, so it is a little bit higher. The coastal areas had 30 to 40, sometimes 50, even up to central Nevada and some of the higher terrain, they were hitting in the 50s. So generally, like I said, coastal areas 1 to 3 inches. Palm Springs, I think, had about 3 inches. And then some of the mountain areas towards San Diego Mountains, Riverside, had about up towards to 11. So unusual. But it's been a while. They like to see the moisture this time of year. It is kind of nice for fire weather issues. Unfortunately, that is lifting northward, and as we go into Canada, all that wetness kind of becomes more dry thunder. So there's a little bit of concern as you get further north. Obviously, the lower levels start drying out, and you can have dry lightning, more fires. So that's the problem you have with some moisture lifting further north.
It's always something to worry about.
Out west, this time of year, the worry, but I think a lot of for the fire weather season, especially for a lot of the southwest, the basin areas, Great Basin areas, I think it's really going to help kind of kill it for the season. That's good news.
So this didn't get as bad as was anticipated.
It kind of shifted tracks a little bit, it was thought. So then areas of Southern California didn't quite as bad, but it's more the desert areas. Bishop, California, up to, I think there was a picture of Death Valley that was actually showing water flowing pretty nicely because they've reached some record levels. So you had some mudslides, mud flows, something more that you would see in the wintertime with some of the systems they had coming through. Remember, they had several atmospheric rivers. So that was on par, a little bit better than this, but still, I mean, you see there's Death Valley National Park. That's usually dry, and they had some rain. So I think a lot of areas, as you go further north, probably relieved to see not the heat and have some cloud cover in the summertime, which is kind of unusual, and have, I think, dew points got all the way up to 60s in southern Idaho. So unusual, unique for some areas. It was some damage, some areas, but otherwise, I think it played out pretty well. And for fire weather reasons, I think that's going to help too. So Fortunately, that's going all north. We're not going to get much of that.
So we're in the ring of fire.
You're in the ring of fire. You can see where the precipitation is, and right dead center has been the Central Plains, where they're going to see baking, 115, 120 heat index in Kansas, Nebraska, and those areas. So oppressive heat. We're going to get a taste of it, but they're right in the middle. So unless that breaks down, I mean, that's kind of what we call it, the ring of fire.
I think we need Johnny Cash here. Yeah. Machine for the week, right?
Yeah. Do we have an impersonator? Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Problem. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, we sit down and talk with the outgoing director of Madison Public Library on what they've accomplished.
And then at 5, Quick Trip has signed its first NIL deal. And it's not with an athlete, but if the Badgers are playing, well, this student is too. Catherine Merck will tell us more.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
New at 5, we're here in Milwaukee at the site of the first presidential debate, and we'll have an inside scoop on everything you need to watch out for.
First Warn weather alert days are in the forecast from Tuesday through Thursday for near-record heat and high humidity. The combination of the two could make it feel dangerously hot. At 5, we'll let you know how hot it'll get and how hot it'll feel.
And ahead at 6, NIL contracts aren't just for college athletes. You'll never guess which non-athlete from the UW just inked a deal. That story tonight at 6.
Well, look where we're at. Charlotte, North Carolina.
Don't mind if we do.
It's 95 degrees there. So, again, no thanks.
Yeah, we'll pass for now.
Well, moving on from something that can be hard, but what you take with you are the countless memories.
And that is exactly what Madison's Director of Public Libraries will be doing as he gets ready to retire. Jalen Banks shares his story.
Running a library is not a job to Greg Michaels.
This is like an adventure land that I hope that you get to enjoy.
But a place to escape reality inside of a book.
You begin to realize what a privilege it really is to lead an organization like this.
February 2024 will mark the end of Michaels' time as director of Madison Public Library. Since 2012, his work as director has taken him to libraries all over the world. China, Denmark, even the Gambia and West Africa. But what he's most proud of is an award he received in the U.S.
Clearly one of the highlights was going to the White House, receiving a national medal from Michelle Obama, and And it doesn't get much better that you get an award from being recognized as one of the best libraries in the nation, and also get a hug from Michelle Obama.
Now he transitions into the next chapter of his life in retirement, a decision he says was not easy.
Difficult decision to make, because it's not like changing jobs and moving somewhere. This is the end of your career.
A library is most known as a place for thousands of books, art, computers, and endless stories. However, Michael says hope is that Madison's library system are known for more.
The overall environment that we want to make for the community is that it's welcoming for everyone, and that everyone can find something for themselves when they enter one of our libraries.
With his departure just a few months away, Michaels has unwavering optimism in the future Madison library system.
It's not even hoping. I know that this organization, with the people that it has, will continue to be successful and continue to be a valuable resource for the community.
Wow. That's true, though. If you're grateful for the memories you have and focus on what you have, the next thing can be a little easier.
Yes, it can.
Yeah. Well, it's been 4 weeks, and some of us are tired of living in a Barbie world. I'm not. I'm just saying.
Yeah, neither am I. But so, can a little blue beetle take down the cultural event that has become the Barbie movie? Find out coming up next in the Loper Report.
Is summer fun on your agenda? If not, it should be, because we are at Wisconsin RV World today with Miss Christine Egan, the lady who knows everything about these beautiful units behind us. 78 years in business, 4-generation family-run business. I know you love this opportunity to help people have fun in the summer. So what are some options of these great things?
You can get anything from a single axle to a bunkhouse to a couples unit to toy hauler, travel trailers, and fifth wheel. The sky's the limit.
I love it so much. You have all of the models on the floor right here. What about solar? People are always wondering about, are these units solar ready?
You can get it with either solar ready or solar on board.
Okay.
Solar on board means that you actually have the solar panels on the roof and ready to go.
Can I get in one of these? Because I love them so much. Someday I'm gonna have one. Will you show me one?
Yeah, we'll get outside and look.
Christine, every time I'm here, I'm amazed at your selection.
This is one you might really like.
Let's go see it. Hero of your family and make it a fun summer here at Wisconsin RV World. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. And we just need a deck of cards and a cold beverage. Get over here.
Does our foam insulation work? Listen to this.
The power in the neighborhood was out for 2 days in 95-degree weather. My thermostat only went up 3 degrees, and that's even with letting the dog in and out. It was very comfortable here.
And her savings were more than the insulation costs.
If you want to save money on your power bills, get USA Insulation. It makes a huge difference.
USA Insulation.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
Well, do you love a good panda cam? If you do, you're in luck. This adorable giant panda cub is turning 3 years old today. His name is Xiao Qi Ji, and he lives at the Smithsonian's National Zoo in Washington, D.C. And he's celebrating with a special fruitsicle cake. Best life. Zoo officials say that this little guy's last birthday in Washington is now, and he and his parents are set to move in December. Oh, happy birthday. After 4 weeks of topping the box office, was Barbie finally taken down by something as small as a beetle?
Well, Will Loper tells us in his Loper Report.
This weekend saw the release of the first ever live-action superhero film with a Latino lead, DC's Blue Beetle. But does this new superhero take flight?
Excuse me, Mr. Reyes? You finished scraping the gum off that lounger or what?
Zolo Maraduena plays Jaime Reyes, trying to make enough money for his family to scrape by.
Guard that with your life, but do not open it. How did you get it to do that?
I think he likes me. When technology in the form of a scarab attaches itself to Jaime and doesn't come off, Jaime finds himself in possession of a powerful suit.
Host acquired.
Who said that?
Okay, it's gonna be okay.
The CGI flying around and the battles and Jaime learning to use his suit are all fine and well by superhero movie standards.
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
But where Blue Beetle excels is putting the characters of Jaime and his family first, making us care about his relationships with each of his family members.
Oh, I forgot how bad it looks.
This element puts Blue Beetle above the usual and makes it absolutely worth seeing in theaters now.
You are a superhero, cabrón.
Over on streaming services, newly streaming on Hulu is the film Miguel Wants to Fight.
Miguel, have you ever gotten into a fight? It's like what everyone does. Yes.
With who?
It was me and that one dude. We were both looking at each other, so we ended up aggressively hugging. Does that count?
In a neighborhood where melees are common, Miguel has avoided getting into any skirmishes. That is until his parents tell him they're moving, and Miguel decides to get in a fight as a way to avoid telling his friends.
You know what to do. Close your eyes and visualize. Let's pick someone else right now.
For younger audiences, newly streaming on Netflix is the animated film The Monkey King.
I don't belong here. I belong with the immortal one. Never accept you. I'll become legendary, and they'll have to accept me.
Jimmy O. Yang voices Monkey King on a quest to defeat the Dragon King.
I can beat that thing.
Maybe defeating everyone isn't the answer. Maybe it's helping other people.
And newly streaming on Disney Plus Tuesday is the Star Wars series Ahsoka.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire. What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power, such as you've never dreamed. Rosario Dawson stars as the Jedi, investigating a new threat to the galaxy.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
I live in a Star Wars house, so everybody's ready for Ahsoka.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. But you went to another movie for a second time.
I saw Barbie this weekend for the second time.
I would too. Still love it?
So I do. I
Yeah.
do. I still love it.
Okay, well.
And remember, we're all Knuff. I'll leave it at that.
Exactly. And we'll be right back.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It means we're committed to seeking justice for those injured by someone else's negligence. It means standing up to the insurance company, helping you with your medical bills, and getting you fully compensated for lost time at work. Have questions? When you contact Lawton Cates, there's no charge for our initial consultation, and there's never a fee until we deliver the results you deserve. At Lawton Cates, your life counts. Call today.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison.
Let us prove to you that comfort and quality are affordable with any size double-hung window installed starting at $608.
For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
Millions of Americans earn and use credit card rewards. A few big box retailers want to take those rewards away. Rewards we use on groceries and school supplies. The cash back to save on gas and grow our small businesses. And travel miles we use to make memories. The so-called Credit Card Competition Act would eliminate credit card rewards. No more travel miles, no more cash back. When lawmakers help mega retailers line their pockets, we pay for it. Tell your lawmaker to vote no on the big box bill.
Dangerously hot temperatures and humidity are likely from Tuesday through Thursday. At 5, I'll let you know how hot it'll get and how hot it'll feel.
And News 3 Now has everything you need to know heading into the GOP presidential debate in Milwaukee. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now brings you team coverage of the first Republican presidential debate.
We'll have live reports from Milwaukee and full debate analysis.
Campaign 2024 GOP presidential debate coverage. Wednesday on your local election headquarters. News 3 Now.
We have alert days for Tuesday through Thursday for dangerous heat with heat indexes up to 110 possible. Stay tuned for more news, weather, and sports coming up next.
At 11% off great tools at Menards. Passloads Fuel System makes their cordless nailers the lightest weight in the market. Provides longer run times between charges and portability in the job site without hoses or compressors. This Passload framing nailer kit is $324.98 after rebate. Store your tools and organize your garage with our wide selection of Performax storage products. They're heavy duty to fit all your tools and gadgets. The 27-inch wide tool chest and cabinet is $426.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
The Midwest's premier showcase for a timeless tradition, the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show, September 7th through 9th at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Sow your curiosity with every thread in our huge exhibit of quilts and vendor mall. Get hands-on with our sit and sew workshops, or find inspiration with dozens of lectures and educational opportunities. Wrap yourself up in a world of quilting. Visit quiltshow.com for tickets and full schedule.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $900 on Beauty Rest adjustable base sets. Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at only $299, and when you upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beauty Rest Black Queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
At Bergstrom Automotive, you'll never pay above manufactured suggested retail price. That'd be like bringing a sword to a dinosaur fight. Silly. That would be silly. Yes, you'll always pay fair market price and never above MSRP. If you're tired of hearing no, join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom for the yes.
In today's Final Touch, you won't believe what someone paid for a vintage Ferrari.
Let's just say it needs a little work. It's the aftermath of a decades-old crash, and it just proves that one person's trash is another's treasure. The burned and twisted remains of a wrecked vintage Ferrari just sold at auction for a whopping $1.9 million.
What?
Yeah, to be fair though, the 1954 500 Mondial Spider is one of only 13 ever made.
So that's what it should look like.
Yeah, you know, eventually. And experts say it could easily take an additional $1 million to restore it to its former glory like that. It was indeed glamorous, wasn't it?
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck to the new owner.
Good luck. We'll drive it once he's done.
Right.
Yeah.
You just let me know on that one. All right, thank you all for joining us.